don't know what to do.
Hello?
Hi, Aunt Marcy. It's me, Nina.
Oh, hi, Nina. So nice to hear from you. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Yeah, Mom said I should give you a call because I'm trying to get ready to do some crafts for the upcoming holiday season, but I just don't know what to do or where to get started. And Mom said that you probably had some books that you could reference and maybe help give me some ideas.
Oh, yes, I suppose I could help you out with that.
Oh, great.
Now,
Well, I'm open to pretty much anything. You know, something festive, something that's not too advanced. Now, I don't know how to do knitting. I can crochet a little bit, but I have a little bit of trouble with following the knitting patterns.
well, let me go see what I've got in my library at home. You just hang on a second. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Nina, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can take some notes here too. I just have to hold the phone between my shoulder and neck, so I might not be able to talk too long because you know that can be a little uncomfortable. Right. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Now, I've got what I would consider to be probably one of the best resources for a situation like this, because I've got the American Country Christmas 1992 Oxmoor House book. There's illustrations, there are instructions, and there are a lot of ideas for different ways that you can do some crafts and some cooking, and some other ideas for gifts for the holidays. Also some decorating ideas as well. So there's surely going to be something in here, Nina, that's going to inspire you and, you know, really help you to feel like you've got a good direction to move into as you're doing some of your holiday crafting and craft planning. Now, this is my good Oxmoor House book.
Okay.
Obviously, it's brand new, Christmas 1992. But you can even hear it actually sounds like a good book, not only looks like a good book.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, right. Well,
Right.
it's actually not quite as thick as it might sound. It is a hardcover book, full color, front back, glossy,
Yeah.
a thick stock in which they have used to print on the pages inside as well. The book itself,
Sure.
American Country Christmas 1992, I'll tell you on the front of it, Nina, you can see a candlelit tablescape scene where they've got a burlap sack upon the table, and then they've decorated it in such a way that I believe,
Okay.
there are some needlepoint crafts which are probably featured in this book. Some star-shaped candles illuminating the table. And then they've also made a number of different garlands and what looks to be some dessert-based treats of the chocolate variety, but they're chocolate, and then they have the white chocolate that has been poured over the top. So I can tell there's going to be a lot of good ideas in this book right here. So you've got paper, pen, ways to take notes.
Could give that a try.
Okay. Right, well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, going through the contents here, we've got Country Christmas at Home. So there's tablescapes, memorable mantels. You've got a holiday crescendo. Decorating with preserved foliage. So you're not going to have any of the foliage prepared now because it's a little too early in the season. There's also holiday handiwork. So we've got celestial cheer for all the year. Sounds beautiful. This one says how a single birdhouse paid the bills. I'd like to learn more about that one. From paste to pretty presents. Oh, the apple tree skirt. You know what? Now, I made one of the Oxmoor House tree skirts 2 years ago. Do you remember seeing that at my house? So, I feel like it's one of the easier craft options. You don't have to be too advanced with the sewing. There's no knitting. There's not a complex pattern to follow, so we'll probably keep that one in mind. And then we've got treasured traditions, so baby's first Christmas. So it's not your baby's first Christmas, that's right. No, you don't. Okay, you don't have any kids. That's fine. Heirloom silhouettes. Oh, and then going into country Christmas pantry. So here's some of the things that you could cook. Spice up gift giving. So that's probably going to be a situation where it's a number of different spices put into a mason jar or some sort of basket, and then you're given the gift of spices for future recipes for the giftee.
Sure.
We've got some farm animal pot holders. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Ribbons and bows. There's going to be a lot of ribbons and bows this year, so it's probably a good idea to have at least one or two ribbon or bow crafts ready to do.
Okay.
Tidings of sweet joy.
What else?
Okay, now the Woodland tablescape. I think that's a great jumping off point for your crafting because as you well know, it's going to be made of materials which you can find around the house, in the yard, in the backyard, in the neighbor's yard. But it should be a good beginner's craft and has some elements and things that you can just find around. Now, what it starts with, though, is holiday leaf tablecloth napkins. So these are going to be decorative holiday napkins, and they have a leaf motif. That's fun to say, isn't it? A leaf motif. Yes, anyways, what you're going to need for that, though, is, one tablecloth. So this can be a tablecloth that you've got laying around the house. It could be a tablecloth that you go to the flea market or get from the secondhand store. Now, hopefully you can find one there that's in a hunter green, a dark burgundy, a deep red, perhaps a tartan pattern. That would look really good on a holiday tablescape, but it doesn't have to be any of those colors or patterns.
Yeah.
It could be one you buy new, but I don't know what kind of budget you have right now, Nina. Did you get that $5 check I sent you? Well, I didn't hear back yet, so that's why I was wondering.
Okay.
And you've got your table accents in there, so you have the tablecloth, and then you cut these patterns of leaves. It's sort of like a maple leaf, but it's such a leaf that looks quite
I like the sound
quite
of that.
festive.
I like the sound of that a lot.
It's not a spring leaf. That's a different kind of a leaf that you wouldn't put on a holiday table, which, I think you would know that, Nina, but just to make sure you know. So something in a maple, something something that looks like it would fit into a nice forest scene, right? So you get the leaves, but then you make the leaves in the holiday colors. So that's where you've got your deep hunter greens, your reds, or your burgundies, or your maroons.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't have to be bright green, bright red. And I think especially when you're talking about a country tablescape country, the country look is a little bit more folksy. It's got the wood colors. It's more natural, right? So, woodland tablescape. You make the tablecloth, paste or so on your different leaves, and then you just get some pieces of wood from outside and cut them so they're flat or flat enough to hot glue onto a big piece of wood, and it turns it into a little pedestal. And after you have that pedestal glued together, you can put a little candle on top. You just make sure it's real sturdy so it doesn't topple over on the table. And you just put your larger votive candles on top, and looks very nice. Oh, what else do we have in here?
Right.
Okay. Well, there is a Father Frost craft, and it's kind of like a winter fella, right? And the winter fella has a face made out of interesting drying clay, like a modeling compound, and it's very expressive. And it's not Santa Claus; it's a winter fella. Okay, so you've got Father Frost in there. Now, you do have to have the paints on hand too to make his face look realistic. And then on top of that, you've got a wig. Now, it looks like you could probably just use your leftover Halloween spider webs. It's like a wig and a beard, and it's adhered to this face that you made out of the modeling compound, excuse me. Now, it is realistic, so, Nina, I don't know your abilities in sculpting, but it's got a folksy look to it. Now, everything in this book is going to have a folksy look because it's American Country Christmas, 1992. But I think it would look really nice next to a fireplace or on top of a mantle. But it would need to be far enough from the fire because the body of Father Frost here is made out of a number of dried leaves. And so that is going to be something you don't want to have exposed to any open flames. And I think if instead of dried leaves, you wanted to use perhaps like acorn husks or just something to make this really tie it together so it looks like almost like a cloak of sorts. And then they have the fellow holding a little acorn lantern, and it's an acorn that's been painted to look sort of like a lantern. So, just an idea there, but maybe that's not so much what you're looking for. Oh, you know what? I was looking at it wrong. The directions say to use a large poppy seed pod. Yeah. So you would have had to have planted the poppies and then saved the seed pods, or you probably talked to a neighbor to get their seed pods. So upside down, it basically just looks like a lantern. So you don't have to do too much work to it there. But I don't know if you saved one yet. Let's move on to memorable mantels. Now, the hearth is really going to be the statement piece of the home. And if you are to choose to make a hearth-based craft for someone, it does need to be stellar because, well, you don't want to give someone something ugly because then they're not going to want to put it on the mantle.
Yeah, yes.
Right. Or maybe they'll just put it on the mantle when they know you're coming over. But if you end up surprising them, I bet you go over and you say, oh, see, you forgot to put out the mantle item I made for you because they didn't want to. So what I'm trying to say is it's really the centerpiece of the living room. Now during the holidays you say, oh, it's probably a tree, right, for country Christmas. But the mantle's actually the centerpiece. Okay, so there's a couple of different options where you can add some, animals, perhaps, like a farm scene. And you can keep it a little bit more primitive with just some garlands and things that you find. But one kind of a garland, you know what I'd recommend? Is doing a dried fruit garland. Now, I've made these a couple of times in the past, and, it's an easy way to add that folksy country Christmas crafting to your mantle. So, all you have to do for this is grab,
that sounds lovely.
Oranges.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oranges are the most important piece. Oranges, lemons, and grapefruit. I think you could add something a little bit thicker. I feel like they've got an apricot in here, which seems a little bit over the top. But basically, you just set out, put them on some parchment paper, stick them in the oven on a low temp.
Okay.
And leave them in there for quite some time, and then it dries them out. And you don't want to do this with non-dried out fruit because that would be a real sticky mess. But I feel like you would already know that. So it looks nice. Now the color scheme, you got warm tones. You've got your yellow from the lemon, and then grapefruit or pink from the grapefruit, and then orange from the orange. So it's a beautiful sort of warm-toned dried fruit garland. Use string. You can use twine.
So
you could use like a crafting. What's that kind called? It's like a baker's twine. It's a little bit more rustic looking, like a raffia. Anyways, you put it on the string and then you put it right up on the mantle, and you can gift that. And maybe you put a little saying on the end, wishing you warmth, hearth warmth, warmth on your hearth, something like that. And that way, you're gifting a decoration, and then they can throw it away at the end of the year. And you let them know that in the card or information for it that you can toss this when you're done. It's a one-time use thing. And then they don't feel like they have to hold on to it and store it. So very country hearth, beautiful warm tones. Hearth, something like that. But that's an idea.
Maybe.
And you can do a hearth decoration that's not quite as, I guess natural. You could do something with some crafting, or keep it natural and add some acorns, or other dried sort of seed pods, or anything else you can really add to it if you like. So that's one idea for memorable mantels. There's a lot of memorable mantle ideas in here.
Right.
And this person's looks like they built a small log cabin and then they put it on the mantle. It's having a house in your house, and that's pretty memorable if you ask me. Now this is fascinating. Now something else they're showing here is a memorable mantle, and it's got a number of birdhouses on it. Now I'm hoping they didn't bring those birdhouses from outside to the inside. Not that any birds are going to be using them this late in the season, but they might just seek refuge in there. But also, it's going to be pretty dirty inside there. So unless you've cleaned it out thoroughly, it's really not ideal to bring the outside birdhouses back into the home. So
maybe.
But what you could do is have some new birdhouses. Now you could build these yourself, right? Or coming into this time of year, they're going to be on sale. And so this could be a way that you decorate in your home, or you offer it as a gift and you say, here's a birdhouse. You don't have to put it out right now outside because the birds aren't going to use it. Instead, you take that birdhouse and you put it on your mantle inside. And so that way, you've got a decoration for now and a decoration for later. And with that birdhouse, obviously, if you've got some paints, you've got, again, some more raffia. I think that would add a nice natural texture to the outside. You put that on there, and then you've got a really beautiful indoor piece for the top of your mantle that looks festive. And then the person, the giftee, can then put that outside. And then the birds are going to love it come springtime. So it's one of those gifts that keep on giving, and it's a great theme to think of when doing your crafting. Got some cookies. Okay. Now this is coming from the holiday crescendo section. And what they've done here, and now I've done this a couple of times, you've probably seen it at my house. They've made a holiday topiary. So you know how you can have a little topiary to decorate, maybe on the table in the foyer, or you've got it. Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe you've got it. You've got it in the living room, and it's on a corner, and it balances out the actual Christmas tree with a smaller topiary. So it's basically like a miniature Christmas tree. The way you make one of these is you can find a tiny tree but that's going to be a little bit later. Or you can just get one of those, craft store foam cones, or you can roll up some cardstock, tape it together, glue it together so it makes a cone shape, and then you add a whole bunch of greenery to the outside. Once you've added the greenery, once you have it all in place and you've filled in any sort of spots so that it doesn't look at all like it's a piece of cardstock or a piece of foam, you get that filled in, and then you start to add anything you want. So now this is where those bows can come in, and ribbons. You can make the bows. So you've got a number of bows that you pre-make.
That's a great idea.
Glue those around the tree. Then you take the ribbon, and you can add the ribbon around the tree, just like how you would decorate a tree, bringing it top to bottom, making it evenly distributed. You can add smaller ornaments, but this is where you can bring that country forest
Right,
feel
right.
into it too. You go outside and you find some maybe small sticks, little twigs, and you can turn the small twigs
Yeah.
into, oh gosh, little stars or, smaller ornaments, things like that. You grab it again.
Okay.
The dried seed pods,
Well,
the acorns, the seed husks. You could even get some dried, oh gosh, something in like a hay, corn husk, anything. And then you turn that into other elements that help to decorate around the tree. And that's pretty much what I'm seeing in the book here too, where
Marcy.
it's just chock full of colors. And then it looks like they may have bought some of those gold and silver pretend holly pieces from the craft store. If you can find those on sale, but they're not going to be on sale this time of year, so they're going to be pretty outrageous. But they've put some of those in there, so it's a mix then of the glamorous, shimmery type bits, but then also the natural bits of the leaves and the dried plants and such. So.
Okay. Well.
Now, Nina, am I on the right track here? Is this giving you some good ideas? How to get started, at least, right?
Aunt Marcy, I think I've got a good start here. Some good ideas. So, probably what I'll do is give some of these a try. And if you could take the book to the local library to get a Xerox, maybe one or two of those, and then mail them my way, that would be really helpful, because I don't think they have it at my local library right now.
Okay. Great.
And then, of course, let me know what your favorite is, and give me a printout of your favorite so that I can try and make that for you, and have it ready by this year, if not by next year.
Oh, real quick, Nina, I forgot to tell you about this here's garden. Now, how did yours turn out?
Oh.
Because you had called about my garden.
They're doing good.
Better Homes and Gardens. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's been okay this year. We didn't get a lot of rain, so. How about you?
You know what I did? This year I had the crepe myrtles. Now, did you plant the crepe myrtle that I gave you?
Yeah.
Now, I forget which. I think I gave you the purple one.
Right.
If I had to pick, purple's my favorite, right? And then purple, and then the bright fuchsia, and then the lighter sort of pink color. White's my least favorite when it comes to a crepe myrtle.
Yeah.
But now, the pumpkins. Last year, we've got plenty of pumpkins now, because last year we took the kids' Halloween pumpkin from down the street, and I threw it in the backyard, and then basically I've got a whole pumpkin patch now. So if you need an extra pumpkin this year, you let me know.
Yeah, Marcy's just Aunt Marcy's just that my neck is getting a little sore. Okay.
Yeah, and then this is the time to plant roses, but I don't have any rose bushes to plant. They really did struggle last year, and I don't know if I watered them too much or if I didn't water them enough. And I looked at my rose book and the Better Homes and Gardens references, and I followed it to a T. So I just don't understand why they didn't actually turn out as I planned. Because I was hoping to have, a good-sized rose garden this year, and then next year an even bigger-sized rose garden. Now, what am I going to do with those roses? You guessed it.
Oh, sounds lovely.
I'm going to be drying them and using the petals in a number of different aromatics and potpourris. Probably mix it in with the lavender sachet. Now, I don't want to spoil.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I'm making lavender sachets this year. That's what everyone's getting, a lavender sachet for the holidays. But it's not going to have rose petals in it because I didn't have enough rose petals. Right. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I've got plenty of lavender. If I can think of something else that I
right.
can throw in there, perhaps,
Yeah.
you know, maybe it's
Okay.
just lavender. Maybe I'll just keep it simple. Maybe I'll put it in a purple sachet so people know it's lavender, but you'll be able to tell because that's how it smells, right? I should probably look at some of my books
Right.
to see some good sachet
Yeah.
patterns. But I guess it just depends on what I've got lying around the house too, you know.
All right. Well, Aunt Marcy, it was so good talking to you. Thank you so much for your help, and for having all those resources.
Okay. Oh,
And
yes.
yeah, hopefully we can get together soon. Okay. Good talking to you.
Okay. Love you too,
Bye.
Nina. Okay. Bye-bye.